We made it to Thursday. It is almost Friday. I hope you're having a great afternoon, Houston. I'm going to walk you through a great forecast, especially if you have a kiddo that's going back to high school football this evening. All good things. Of course, I can't take away the humidity. It is summertime, but I am going to drop the rain chances for tonight, so that's wonderful. Make sure they're staying hydrated before, during, and after practice, though, because look at these temps. 91 degrees at 7. By 9, we're in the mid 80s. By 11, 84 degrees. So they do need to replenish the salt that they're losing by sweating it out so much out there. Other than that, though, not only do they not have to worry about getting rained on, we don't have to worry about canceled practices because there's no threat for lightning. So that's nice. They'll have a breeze at around 10 miles an hour. Sunset time for this evening, just before 8 o'clock at night. Rain chances only sit at 20% for today, and they're from now all the way through about 4 o'clock, and then they really start scaling back. What does it feel like out there right now? Well, it's 91. We've got a mixture of sun and clouds. It's a little bit warmer than where we were yesterday. And the dew points are still in the 70s, which means we've got a pretty tropical air mass in place. So 91 feels like 99 at Bush Airport. How about other spots? Let's say you live in Sugar Land or you're flying out of Hobby Airport. What can you expect there? Well, you're going to expect the triple digits for the heat index. At Hobby, it's 91 and it feels like 102. In Sugar Land, 91 feels like 103. Conroe is the quote-unquote coolest spot that we have for this afternoon. 90, but it still feels like the upper 90s. 98 is the feeling. The hour-by-hour forecast looks like this. So the high temperature for today does climb up into the mid-90s. 95 degrees right at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I think most of us are going to stay rain-free with just some cloud cover in place. And the showers, for the most part, look to favor the I-10 corridor and south. Right now, they're only along the immediate coastline. So I've been tracking this lone shower that moved from Hawkinsville to Sweeney. Just west of there is where we have some shower activity. And then Lake Jackson is about to get some rain, but there's no lightning, so that's good. Galveston has had a few showers. Now the rain has moved off to the Oliver Peninsula. Texas City has had a little bit of rain. San Leon had a brief little downpour. Well, that's it. Most of the action is well off to our north, and there's plenty of action there. In fact, quite a bit of rainfall has come down. I'll start to zoom in here really quick, but you'll notice a big swath from Oklahoma slashing through Arkansas, getting into Jackson. You'll notice the rainfall rates are pretty heavy, so much so that they're prompting a flash flood warning at this point in Little Rock, Arkansas. That's until 3:30. So hopefully you were not planning your Labor Day weekend plans there. You might encounter some downpours. Let's have a look at how much rain has actually fallen down or is falling right now. Let's look at the rainfall rates. You see those brighter oranges there? That does signal about an inch per hour, which actually isn't all that impressive, but you know what? They've had rain for several hours. So because of that, they do have that threat for pretty quick flooding. Here, let's take one more sample there to show you some of the most intense rainfall rates, about an inch per hour. But yeah, that starts to add up, especially if they've been dealing with this throughout the day, which they have. Now, our day looks really good. In fact, tomorrow, most of the day looks really good too. This is a snapshot at 8 o'clock in the evening. That's when we have the potential for this swath of rain to come sweeping through the area, which would bring us a threat for some of those heavier downpours. And that's just going to be the start of increased rain chances for us because the rain really ramps up actually on your Saturday. So we go from a 20% rain chance today, 50 for our Friday, and then we make it up to a 70% rain chance before we start to scale things back down. Remnant showers come in on Sunday, and then by Monday we are much drier. So look out for high water spots, look out for ponding, and maybe even some localized street flooding as we go to the start of our Labor Day weekend on Saturday. We're already flagged with a marginal risk for that. That's a level 1 threat on the 1 to 4 scale. So not the highest it could be, but because it's there and it's gonna, be impacting all of us, it's something that I want you to at least know ahead of the game. So this weekend, the reason that those rain chances are starting to increase, becoming more organized, is because of this front that I'm tracking. Now, the good thing is as the front gets closer, it is going to eventually nudge a little bit of humidity out of the way. Notice we still have some of it lingering here in southeast Texas. It's not going to sweep as far south as we'd hope to really get rid of the humidity and really drag in the dry air, but it is at least going to feel a little bit better as we go into Monday and especially into Tuesday. But for the time being, we do have plenty of heat and humidity, and we've got to muscle through those rain chances first. So today's high, 95 and 20% rain chance. We talked about that. Tomorrow, remember that 50% is really mainly for the late afternoon, early evening time frame. So because of that, we're going to get pretty hot ahead of the rain cooled air. So the high temperature jumps up to 98 degrees. By Saturday, we're going to have showers a little earlier. I'm thinking late morning, afternoon, and the potential of showers even into the evening. So because of that, that high temperature gets stunted a little bit. 92 degrees. We'll have plenty of cloud cover out there too. So I'm tracking the rain potential, probability of development throughout the next few days, and I'm also tracking that same thing in the Atlantic because we got to do it this time of year. We'll start off with fair non because that's the one we've been talking about the last few days. This is now a post-tropical system, so it's lost its warm core, its tropical characteristics. It's still a fish storm, so it's a non-talker at this point. Now this is brand new. We got a 20% chance for a wave to start to develop over the next 7 days. So we do have time to watch this. There's a 0 probability over the next 48 hours, so that's good. But I will keep an eye on this wave expected to come off the west coast of Africa by Sunday. So I'd say starting on Sunday, if you want to, be a little bit more carefree about your tropical updates, you definitely want to start getting updates on Sunday because that's when it starts to get off at land and gets to interact with some more favorable conditions. 7-day forecast, you're going to want to check back in with us anyways because especially with the rain moving in and a lot of our plans already set in motion, you're going to want to know how to maneuver those outdoor activities by tracking radar with us. So you can always do that with the KHOU app. Just make sure you have those alerts turned on. So if we have anything that we want to warn you about, we can send those straight to your phone. Okay, so we go from a 20 to a 50 to a 70, like we talked about. Saturday is going to be the messiest day. I'd say that's when you're going to encounter the biggest hiccups and slowdowns. If you're trying to get to, let's say, a friend's or relative's house to enjoy festivities on Sunday, there will still be a few scattered storms around, but by Monday, the rain chances really start to taper, which will be nice. That's actual Labor Day. Tuesday, when most of us resume back to normal, we won't have any issues getting to or from work. It's a sunny day, rain chances are gone, and temperatures are in the mid-90s. By Wednesday, rain is still nice and light, so that'll be good. Once we get through Saturday, I think things are looking up for us. Okay, I am with you this afternoon at 4 o'clock, so I'll have a new update for you on the TV side. And then our meteorologist, Chris Ramirez, is filling in for David Paul. He'll be back here at 5, 6, and 10. Otherwise, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you then.